Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and take your seats. We're going to get started in 1 minute. Thanks so much.
Bama can finish off this drive with a game-winning score. Crimson Tide 20, Dogs 20. Alabama, chance to win it for the national championship. Tagovailoa fires to the end zone.
A truly memorable moment gains perspective from the others that came before.
And they are the national champions of college football.
Fueled by past triumphs.
Your BCS national champions, the first national champions of the playoff era.
Heartbreaks.
That close to victory.
And not a happy ending for Peyton Manning.
History.
Put him up there with the all-time greats.
This sport we love holds its heritage in the highest regard. But it never shies away from a bold leap. A new era of the college football playoff no longer waits in the wings. It has arrived. Its next moment, merging the tradition we know with the evolution we've only dreamt of. In a place where a moment can live forever. And set the stage for the next great moment to come.
What a great way to get started. What a great way to get started. Welcome everyone to the 2025 College Football Playoff National Championship press event. My name is Tiffany Blackman. I could not be more excited to be here with you all. In my career, I've had the privilege of being a sideline reporter for a college football playoff game, so I know all about the excitement and the hype leading up to the national championship. I am a college football sideline reporter and NFL sideline reporter for CBS Sports. In addition to that, I also co-host The Morning Shift. It's a sports radio morning show right here in Atlanta on Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. So I'm Atlanta pretty much through and through, and I could not be more excited than to be able to welcome the College Football Playoff National Championship back here to Atlanta with all of you. It's going to be played at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on Monday, January 20th. So we've got a lot to look forward to. And for the first time, the College Football Playoff will be returning to a host city. So in 2018, Atlanta hosted one of the most epic CFP national championships. I mean, how can we all forget the thriller between Georgia and Alabama that went down to overtime to decide it all? So we should have another great one on deck for you guys this year. Now, new to college football this year is the expanded college football playoff format, which will feature a 12-team playoff, but we'll get to some of the football stuff in just a minute. We are here today at M. Agnes Jones Elementary School because a big part of what the college football playoff is all about is the College Football Playoff Foundation and its sole focus in supporting and celebrating our teachers that do such amazing work. So today, we're going to hear from some of the great folks about helping Atlanta teachers and leaving a positive legacy for them and our kids to continue building on. Now, as you may remember from the last time the game was in our city, the College Football Playoff National Championship, it's about more than just a game. There are so many events that are going to be going on here in Atlanta, and they're coming to you alongside the game. And our next guests are going to let us know how fans can be a part of the celebration this January. So please welcome to the stage Chief Operating Officer of the College Football Playoff, Byron Hatch, and President of the Atlanta Sports Council and Atlanta Football Host Committee, Dan Corso. Great to have you guys with us up here. Get comfortable because we got a lot of questions that we got to get some answers to. And I know, Byron, for the first time, the CFP National Championship returns to the host city. What is it about Atlanta that made it a good fit for the game once again?
Well, thank you, Tiffany, and good morning to everyone. Tiffany, there was no hesitation in coming back to Atlanta because Atlanta is a championship city. When you look at the world-class venues and the world-class people here, they know how to host large-scale events. So you see all the organizations in sports often have a stop here in Atlanta. You mentioned the 2018 National Championship game, which was very exhilarating, the only CFP National Championship game to go in overtime. So there was no hesitation. With Atlanta being a hotbed for football on all levels, especially college football, there was no hesitation in returning.
So you got us all excited now. Dan, how excited are you then for the CFP National Championship to return to Atlanta? And what are some of your favorite memories from back in 2018?
Well, first, it's great to hear Byron's confidence in Atlanta. He would know your history with the NCAA and the Southeastern Conference. Byron knows this market very well, and you know our history in hosting big events. So, listen, it's a huge honor for Atlanta to be named the host city for 2025, marking the first city to repeat as a host for this great event. As you know, as you said, 2018, our first year. You know, when you're in the business of recruiting and hosting sporting events to a city, the greatest compliment you can receive is when an event wants to come back. And that's the goal. You'd never really want to host one-offs. You want them to come back frequently. And to be the first city to host this great event a second time is a great honor and one that we're really, really excited for. I mean, here we are, April 30th, 265 days away from kickoff, and this crowd and these great announcements today. It's just really, really exciting. So, you know, 2018 was, you know, the first year. The Mercedes-Benz Stadium had just opened. So it was exciting to see how that building came to life for that incredible event. The game result was fantastic. The first overtime, in fact, I think it's the only overtime game in the championship series. The results for local Georgia fans were not exactly what they were looking for, but the game was fantastic. And so it's just exciting to have it come back and to see how the event has evolved over the years since 2018. It's gotten bigger. Our capabilities have gotten bigger and better, so we're looking forward to matching those up in 2025.
Bigger and better. So what can fans expect, Dan?
Well, one thing remains the same is our walkability, right? We have a really fan-friendly, user-friendly experience in downtown. If you take the center of the event, which is Mercedes-Benz Stadium, then you're walking pretty much to the 14,000 hotel rooms within the stadium area, surrounded by attractions, restaurants coming online. We've got new developments in downtown that'll bring, you know, events for or locations for fan events. And the one thing that I think is great about the CFP is they change things up. So this may be our second time hosting. We may be a repeat city, but it's not necessarily going to be a repeat experience. There'll be new events. There'll be new locations for the existing events. So we're really looking forward to working with them to make it a little bit different.
So we have a lot to look forward to when it comes to the game itself and how a team is going to make their way to the national championship. People are asking me all the time about the expanded format, Byron. What do fans need to know about this?
Yes, Tiffany. Yes, this year ushers in a new era in the college football playoff postseason, where we will have 12 teams that will participate in the playoffs. And I tell you, it's much about access, to give greater access for more teams to participate in the playoff format. So the 12 teams will be comprised of, you will have the 5 highest ranked conference champions, and then the next 7 highest ranked at-large teams will participate in the playoffs. The top 4 seeds will receive byes. They will not play in the first round. They will play their first game in the quarterfinals. Seeds 5 through 12 will play in the first round, with seeds 5 through 8 hosting those games in the same stadiums where they play their regular season home games. The quarterfinals and semifinals will participate in bowls, will be held in bowl games. Those bowls known as the New Year's Six bowls in previous years, with one of those quarterfinals taking place right here in Atlanta in the Peach Bowl. And then the national championship will be here in Atlanta for the second time on January the 20th, so we're really looking forward to it.
I'm sure a lot of you out there are hoping your team is in it. And even if they're not, though, college football fans, they're going to be coming from all across the country to be here in Atlanta in 2025, and they don't need a game ticket to be involved in the CFP National Championship weekend. So we can all get into now the fun that's going to be coming to Atlanta that weekend. First, Playoff Fan Central will kick off National Championship weekend. Playoff Fan Central is a free 3-day family-friendly event at the Georgia World Congress Center featuring games, youth sports clinics, pep rallies, and exhibits celebrating college football and its rich history. That starts on Saturday, January 8th. So Playoff Fan Central, it's going to be huge. Can you give us some more insight, Byron, into what fans can expect?
Yes, Playoff Fan Central. That is what we call our indoor college football theme park. We'll have many interactive games, activities, and events. So if you want to showcase how far you can throw a football or how fast you can run the 40-yard dash, Tiffany, I'll meet you there.
Maybe a 4-4. We'll see if I stretch, what can happen.
Absolutely. And one of the best things about Playoff Fan Central is absolutely free. So we know that everyone here in Atlanta can't have a ticket to the actual game, but you still have the opportunity to participate in the college football playoff weekend events by coming down to Playoff Fan Central.
Definitely going to be a good time. And then on the night of January 18th, downtown Atlanta will turn into the soundtrack of the College Football Playoff National Championship with the AT&T Playoff Playlist Live. So this is a major music festival, and it has hosted past acts like Jack Harlow, the Jonas Brothers, 21 Pilots, the Chainsmokers, Sting, John Party, Jason Derulo, Pitbull, Darius Rucker, Meghan Trainor. The list can go on and on. It's going to be such a good time. And the AT&T Playoff Playlist Live, it's an amazing experience. What does the energy and the entertainment, what does that do, Dan, just to lead us up to the game?
Well, I think it builds the atmosphere, right? And I like what Byron said earlier. It's like, even if you don't have a game ticket, if you're a resident of the region or within the state, you can come in and experience this event over multiple days on the weekend leading into kickoff with all the free fan events. And I think the CFP does a great job of recognizing, look, not everyone's going to get a game ticket, but you can still be part of the celebration and part of the atmosphere and the excitement of the event. It's family friendly, and it's an opportunity to come down and really experience all of it.
Do you have an artist circled that you're wanting to see?
Yes, myself, Tiffany. I love to sing. No, we're going to have plenty of national artists that will come here throughout all the various genres of music. So we're really looking forward to it. Later on this summer, we will announce the venue, and later in the fall, we will announce those national recording artists that will come here to perform.
So you got something for everybody. And then on Saturday morning, this is one of my favorite events. This is Media Day, so it's going to give fans an opportunity to see their favorite players, some of their personality they get to showcase, as well as the coaches, and then media personalities as well. You get to see those folks as they prepare for the national championship. And then on Sunday morning, locals and fans visiting Atlanta will have the opportunity to take part in the CFP National Championship with the Trophy Trot, which will feature 5K and 10K runs that span through downtown Atlanta. So we're also excited to announce with that the CFP and the Atlanta Football Host Committee are partnering with the Atlanta Track Club for the Trophy Trot, which is only going to bolster the participation of this event. And anyone who runs in Atlanta, you know all about the Atlanta Track Club, so you should come out and join us. I know you guys are going to be lacing up, right? That's what I heard.
If you give me 2 days to run it, I can do it.
Yeah. Contest for you. The slowest person wins.
I win.
Well, after you win, Dan, then you can join some of the fans. You burn off all those calories. You're going to want to eat, right? So there will be a chance to attend a Foodie's Delight with a taste of the championship at the Georgia Aquarium. That's offering attendees the opportunity to indulge in gourmet food and drink prepared by chefs local to Atlanta and the community. Dan, I know we're both foodies. So do you have someone that you're hoping to see?
I love the way you threw the foodie question to me.
Food
I look
question,
like
yes.
after running, right? Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, listen, Atlanta loves food. We've got a great diversity of food within our region, and I think it's one of the fun parts of this event is you get to kind of show off the local culture, and food is certainly a big part of the fabric of our community. So the way the CFP ties in the local food experts into that Taste of the Championship is really fun, and the venue, of course, is going to be great. Is going to be great as well.
So Byron, you stick with Dan that weekend for food, and you'll be set.
Food, singing, and running. We're all set.
Absolutely. Let's do it all together. And who makes the best peach cobbler here in Atlanta?
You'll get to find out. And that will lay out the weekend leading up to the 2025 College Football Playoff National Championship, which will kick off Monday, January 20th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Byron and Dan, any final thoughts from you guys?
Well, we're thrilled to be returning to Atlanta. As Dan mentioned, I have a history here in the city of Atlanta from my days at the NCAA and at the Southeastern Conference. Many a championship event has been held here. I tell you, nothing can beat the people here. The collaboration and the cooperation amongst the people that represent the various entities here in the city and the state make this a prime city to host championship events. And we're excited to make Atlanta the first city to host the College Football Playoff National Championship game for a second time.
Thank you so much, Byron. And he's going to be available for a Q&A post-press conference. So thank you so much for joining us up here.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thanks, Tiffany.
When the CFP National Championship was here in 2018, the College Football Playoff Foundation left a lasting impact with their initiatives, especially around literacy for the children of Atlanta. And that's what the CFP Foundation is all about, impacting local communities and making an impact that's going to last well after the game is played. So an estimated $4 million of impact was created from the 2018 effort, much of which was getting every PK through 5 Atlanta public school teacher valuable training and tools to improve literacy for our local children. The CFP Foundation's entire mission is to support and celebrate teachers nationwide, and it's about retaining these fantastic teachers and recruiting new ones as well. Nationwide, over the last 10 years, the CFP Foundation has collectively invested $80 million in support of education, supporting more than 550,000 teachers and reaching more than 12 million students. This is remarkable. And now they are set to expand their work and impact in their return to this city. So let's take a look at the work being done here.
Kirby Smart here, head coach of your Georgia Bulldogs. Please join me in celebrating teachers in our community by supporting the Georgia Teachers Initiative.
Hi, I'm Christy Todd, and I am the 2024 Georgia Teacher of the Year.
I appreciate the College Football Playoff Foundation investing in education through their Georgia Teachers Initiative.
We are so excited about the opportunity to get more resources to Georgia's teachers. I'm just thrilled to be part of this amazing work and excited for the spotlight it brings on our state.
Yeah, we got $9,000 for Barnett Shoals Elementary.
Georgia teachers work tirelessly to support 1.7 million students in our state's public schools, and they deserve our deepest gratitude.
It's going to be the place where teachers from all across the state can come and be part of a community that provides them resources like innovation grants, recognition opportunities.
Please join me in empowering teachers in our community by supporting the Georgia Teachers Initiative.
Join the Georgia Teachers community at georgiateachersinitiative.org. Great teachers.
Great teachers.
Great teachers.
Change lives.
And now joining us on stage to discuss the great work in the community, we have Executive Director of the College Football Playoff Foundation, Britton Banoski, Chief Policy Officer and Senior Advisor to the Mayor, Courtney D. English, and Georgia Superintendent, Department of Education, Richard Woods. Thank you all so much for coming up here with us. Britton, can you tell us a little bit about the CFP Foundation and the plans here in Atlanta?
Sure. So we're blessed as a foundation because we're connected to a big event, and it's the CFP. And so we not only get resources from that big football event, but we also get a lot of attention on our work. And our mission is to drive impact back through education, PK through 12 education, but in particular to support teachers. And so we were here in 2018, and we had this amazing collaboration with the folks here in Atlanta, and we focused our work during that time on literacy and teaching the teachers in the Atlanta public schools how to better teach their kids to read. And so it was a great success, and we're so glad to be back again and to run this play with the Atlanta host committee. We sit down with Dan and Diana and Margaret and the team, and we talk about what they want to focus on, and then we meet with some great educational partners, and we're excited that we're focusing on a statewide initiative. We've never done this before, but we are going to impact teachers across the state. There are 159 counties in the state of Georgia. I did not know that. There are apparently a lot of small counties in the state of Georgia. One partnership we have is with an organization called Donors Choose, and I know Christina Lyles is here, and so I wanted to share with the group that this morning we funded projects in 87 counties of the 159. Dan pointed out that's 55% of the counties receiving funding, and so a teacher in all those counties actually got funding today. But the big idea that we came up with is the Georgia Teachers Initiative. You see the branding. We created a new digital platform, and our expectation is that teachers from all across the state of Georgia will connect to this platform to receive resources like the Donors Choose funds, resources like tickets to games. Through our partnership with Comcast Business, we're going to provide tickets for actually games and events and concerts all across the state to educators. We have a partnership with Learn for Life, and Ken Zeff is here to support their work to retain teachers in the metro area. So the work is far-reaching. It couldn't happen without our support from Georgia Power, who's kind of driving a lot of this corporate engagement. So we're just blessed to be here and blessed to be able to get this work going. Excited about the outcomes.
And I know you and Dan have had some probably really insightful and great conversations. Dan, just the importance of the CFP Foundation getting to partner then with the host committee. What sort of impact can you make in giving back?
Well, I think one of the goals in hosting large-scale events is the economic impact and the visitation and the tourism value that it brings. But one of the more important things is the legacy and the impact long after the event is gone. And so in 2018, we saw that, as Britton mentioned, regionally, but now to be able to impact teachers on a more statewide basis, I think is incredible, and I think shows, again, back to the earlier point of not repeating the same experience from 2018, doing things a little bit differently, a little bit more impactful, and so to widen that range of teachers that we're impacting through the foundation to a statewide basis, I think is incredible.
It really is. And Richard, you play such a key role in education throughout the state of Georgia. How important is it for teachers and educators to be supported in the way that the CFP Foundation does?
Well, I think as we look at teachers across the state, we're looking at how do we recruit the best. You think about college football. You're only as good as the team and the players you put on the field. So it's the same way for us. I think getting the best teachers that we can throughout the state and recruiting them is extremely important. They touch our kids every day. It's their success is our success throughout the state of Georgia. But as we think about not only the recruitment, but it is keeping them, and we want to make sure that we treat them as professionals. I think such as things we're doing today to celebrate their work, to celebrate their individual accomplishments, is what we want to recognize. So we're excited about the partnership here. It's always great to have a great booster club to support you. This truly is a team effort throughout the state.
You're right about that. The mayor's office and the city of Atlanta has always had a focus on giving back to the community. Courtney, how do you view the importance of the national event like the college football playoff coming here to Atlanta and the overall impact that it can have on spotlighting teachers and education right here in Georgia?
Ooh, that's a mouthful. No, in short, we are grateful to the committee and, of course, to Dan and his team who do such a phenomenal job of promoting the city. What it really represents is an opportunity for Atlanta to do what it has always done. We do big really, really well. From the 1996 Olympics to, of course, being the first city to host the college football championship twice. You may have heard of a small event coming up in 2026. No need to mention that here because we are certainly grateful for our friends and partners at CFP. It's an opportunity to demonstrate all that Atlanta has to offer. Of course, we're home to the world's busiest and most efficient airport. Money Magazine just yesterday said again that Atlanta is the best place in the country to live. Bloomberg has said that Atlanta has more going for it than any other city in the metropolitan area. And so this incredible partnership is a representation of what Atlanta has to offer, but it also demonstrates and highlights how we do business in Atlanta. Because when people come here, we invite them to take part and invest in our communities. And so we are grateful, of course, for the event, but we are eternally grateful for the efforts they are putting forth towards our educators throughout the state.
That's amazing. And we're at one of the leading schools in innovation for Atlanta, where we are sitting right now. This is incredible. And so we have a surprise, I understand. I heard you did, Britton, for one of the innovators here.
Sure. So as we're trying to figure out how to get statewide reach, we asked people around like Rachel Sprecher and others, so who does statewide really well here in the nonprofit space? And we were introduced to Paige Pushkin and her team at the Georgia Foundation for Public Education. And it was through that partnership that we dreamed up the Georgia Teachers Initiative. And one of the really interesting elements of Georgia Foundation for Public Education is the ability to provide innovation grants to teachers all across the state and to actually leverage a thing called the Peach tax credit. So if you have a liability to the state, a tax liability, you can make a donation to the Georgia Foundation for Public Education and actually get a tax credit. So instead of, if I lived here, I wouldn't pay taxes, I would just go ahead and help teachers. That's kind of the net of that. Don't pay your taxes, help teachers. So we're blessed to have our four first innovation grant recipients. They're from all over the state, and so they're right over here to the left, and we'd love to celebrate them.
Let's celebrate them. I'd like to invite you all on stage. We have Kylie Gerard from Dooley County K-8 Academy, Leon Grant, Marietta High School,
Congratulations, you guys.
Matthew Lathrop, Charles R. Drew Charter School, and Elizabeth Proctor, Jasper County Primary School. Congratulations. You guys can all come back up here with us.
Photo op.
And I see you all have checks in your hands, correct? So this is an innovation grant. This is $2,500 for each of you and all the great work that you all have been doing. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Congratulations to all of these recipients for their dedication to innovation here in Atlanta. You all are paving the way for a brighter future. So this is just great. Courtney, we've heard about this before. This is the ATL Year of the Youth. I know I've heard great things about it being right here in Atlanta, and it's been making an impact since 2023. Can you give us some more details on it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first I want to, as a former teacher in APS, as a former student and graduate of Atlanta Public Schools, just want to give these folks another round of applause if we can. Their job is incredibly hard and oftentimes thankless. So once again, this is an incredible show of support and love. I know it means the world to them. It's going to mean the world to their students. Our superintendent is here and her team, Ken Zeff, who's also an Atlanta Public School board member is here. So role confusion is taking place. But we are grateful for their support. But the mayor has set a goal to make Atlanta the best the best place in the country to raise a child, period. And so what that means is that we have to continue to partner with our school system. We have to continue to invest in high quality after school programming. We have to continue to invest in early childhood education, which I think we're going to talk a little bit about here in a second. And so the ATL Year of the Youth was really the Kickstarter to a generational type investment to make Atlanta the best place in the country to raise a child, bar none. And so we've impacted over 30,000 students during ATL Year of the Youth. We've raised over $30 million. We've expanded after school support, mentor support, created safe spaces for kids, and we're just getting started. And so we're well on our way. Atlanta is a group project, and we're glad to add some more friends into that group to help us get it done.
Yeah, Britton, the CFP Foundation values early education and knows that these things are just critical to student success, don't they?
Yeah, so when we learned, Courtney, that the mayor was about education and the mayor cared about early childhood education in particular, we were thrilled because it aligns really well with our work. Not only our work today, but our work in 2018 when reading was really a critical element of what we tried to accomplish. And so we're proud of that in consultation with Dan and Dan's team. We'd love to support the mayor's early childhood education programming, and it's right in line with what we do, and we've carved out $100,000 for that work.
That's awesome.
So,
look at this, man. They come bearing gifts. Amen. Thank you.
Aren't you glad you came, Courtney?
Absolutely. Couldn't think of a better place to be this morning. Can I get it? Is it in a check?
We don't have a big check for you. We don't have a big check for you.
It's in the mail.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
No, one of the weekend highlights for teachers is the Extra Yard for Teachers Summit. So Britton, can you tell us a little bit about the event and perhaps share a sneak peek at the new things the foundation will be adding this year?
Sure. We've had this summit for 9 or 10 years now, and each year it gets bigger and better. Last year we had 1,500 Houstonian teachers in attendance. It's really an uplifting, empowering, inspiring kind of opportunity for teachers to convene and gather and celebrate each other and celebrate their work together. So we're having it this year at the Rialto downtown on January 18th. And so more to come, but it's going to be a great opportunity for us to showcase the work of these great educators.
Yeah, and the work from the CFP Foundation, it really never stops, and it doesn't stop here. We're going to be celebrating the start of the new initiative right now. So I know, Britton, starting today, every week until the College Football Playoff National Championship, the College Football Playoff will award $1,000 to a teacher who is making a lasting impact on the next generation of leaders. Britton, we have a teacher who is here with us at M. Agnes Jones Elementary School who is doing just that.
Yeah, so we were here in 2017-18 for some work and investing in, I think, a media center or a library. And so we thought that we're going to kick this off anyway. It's, 52 straight weeks starting this week. We might as well just take advantage of the great educator here at M. Agnes Jones, which is a beautiful school and a STEM academy. So if you want to
with that being said,
bring people up,
yes.
because you do names better than I do.
No, I'm all over it. That's what these cards are for. M. Agnes Jones teacher, Deandra Scott, could you please come to the stage?
All right.
La Deandra. I'd also like to invite M. Agnes Jones principal, Robert Williams, to the stage. APS board chair, Erica Mitchell. And interim superintendent, Dr. Daniel Battle.
You're the first one.
Thank you. Congratulations. We can shift you down a little more, Deandra. Yeah.
All right, come on up. So anyway, we're proud of your work. We're grateful for your work, and you're the first recipient of the Teacher Spotlight. 51 more to come. And wait, there's more, as Margaret Frank likes to suggest. So we know that you don't get a great culture on a campus, and you don't get great educational outcomes with great leadership. So we'd like to also present you and the folks here at M. Agnes Jones an additional $5,000. You're welcome.
Congratulations.
You're welcome. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work.
So congratulations to M. Agnes Jones teacher, La Deandra Scott, M. Agnes Jones principal, Robert Williams, APS board chair, Erica Mitchell, and interim superintendent, Dr. Danielle Battle. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Britton. All right. Yes, sir. So many surprises and giveaways here. So let's just give them all another round of applause. So thank you all for joining us today. All speakers will be available to interview stage right by the CFP National Championship Trophy. And please follow the fun. Join the College Football Playoff and the CFP Foundation on social media. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.